This?
I was watching. I watched this movie called Hellaware. You ever seen or heard of Hellaware?
Are you just saying Halloween really weird?
No, I have a friend who's weird, and he was just like, "You should watch this movie." And then I Googled it, and Google was like, "There's no results except for somehow the link to watch the movie."
I think it's a movie he made.
I wish, dude. No, but in it, there's like an ICP type group. So it's like these like suburban like white teenagers, and they just keep saying the N-word a bunch.
Oh, nice.
But they're wearing ICP style makeup.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, at least these kids won't like get found out. Like no one will be able to be like, hey, you're the kid who was saying the N-word in that movie. And then the very next scene, credits. All of them no makeup, just saying, I'm like, God damn it.
It was for a role. No one gets mad at Ed Norton.
Yeah.
Or that fat guy, Ethan Suplee.
People get real mad at him.
Because he lost all that weight. He betrayed the fatsos.
And they go, no one's going to like this profile pic. I was trying to take a photo with the fat guy from...
My name is Earl. Hey, and racism.
Can you put some pillows under your shirt? I'm trying to look like I'm hanging in Boy Meets World era.
Yeah.
You know him from Racism. I know him from Boy Meets World. My name is Earl. Is this character racist in that?
Oh, he is in my name. He is in My Name is Earl now. He is in Boy Meets World.
Yeah, he's the bully. Yeah. I looked like him when I was a baby. When I was like 2, I looked a lot like the fat bully. How big were you
as a baby?
I don't know. It's this weird... There's like these few photos of me where I just look exactly like him.
4 feet tall.
I'm big fat. I've got
4 feet tall. I've got hair.
I've got Eric Matthews lunch money.
I got lunch money sticking out of my diaper.
They had a complex prop department at the Sears in the Parmatown Mall. Nah, man.
You ever get a Sears photo taken?
No, I wanted to. My mom...
I wanted to.
You
wanted to. I mean,
I wanted to. Yeah, my parents were penny pinchers, so we didn't do none of that. And I'd see other stuff, and I'd be like, "Whoa!" I'd see like my friends' family photos, and I'd be like, "You guys got to go to the clouds.
You guys look so cool.
You guys got to go to a rainbow land.
How the hell did you get all the way up there?"
Our family photos are just us in front of the Grand Canyon, angry. It's just us mad in front of the Grand Canyon.
And my dad messed up the timer because his fingers were too greasy. Yeah. We stopped at a diner on the way
We weren't
there.
even supposed to be going to the Grand Canyon. He did a surprise stop that added 10 hours.
Did he really?
No, he did that once we were coming back from the Smoky Mountains after like a week-long vacation. And then we're all like I was like 12, and I'm like, man, I just want to get home. And I was supposed to go to...
Finally jack off again.
No, I was going to go to a party. Which I was in 7th grade, so it's like, what would that party have been?
I don't know.
I have no idea. I'll never know now.
Yeah,
but it was going to be a boys and girls party on a Sunday evening.
Ooh.
And we're trying to get back, and then we're like, my mom is like, why is this taking so long? And my dad's like, I decided to take the Blue Ridge Parkway. It's scenic. And we're all like, what? And he's like, yeah, it's like a scenic road. It has like 5 hours. We're going to get back at 4 a.m. now.
Well, that boy-girl party might have still been cooking.
Maybe. No, the boy-girl party was on a Sunday evening at like 4 p.m.
Yeah.
So it's like, no.
Afternoon, really.
That party ended once the square cut pizza was finished.
I don't know, man.
But in my mind, I was like, fuck. It was probably going to have like a theme where we all give each other hand jobs. That was probably like her mom was going to come in and be like, hey, everybody, we got a fun party game. Fun.
I did have elaborate scenarios in my mind of every situation that was not school where there were going to be girls. I always had an elaborate thing in my mind where I'm like, I'm definitely going to end up married by the end of this. By the end of this, I'm going to have 3 kids.
Me, this other guy, and this girl meeting up for a class project at 4:30 on a Thursday.
Totally getting laid.
That guy might as well get a ministry license.
I'm going to bring cab money for that guy because I'm spending the night. I'm giving him a ride. We're picking him up, but he ain't getting a ride home, baby.
That would be a great character.
I would love to go to like a school project meeting and then call my mom and be like, I'm spending the night.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm just going to crash at Susie's. Don't worry.
That'd be a great like character for a sitcom or just a creepy guy to know in real life. Just some 10-year-old who's like Like their bit is that they're hooking up with all the other
always getting laid.
Clearly someone who'd been molested as a child. But in the context of comedy, hilarious.
Yeah, comedy-wise.
No, just
stuff.
some like fifth grader who's like, "Is your daughter home? And can you leave for a minute?"
And here's some money for a.
Just kidding, Mrs. Mosby. Some 10-year-old.
This is how I met your daughter.
I didn't even realize that. Hey, I got some other great fake last names: Romano, Seinfeld,
Simpson.
The Family Ties family.
Queens.
King of Queens. He wasn't the king of his family. He was the king of the whole neighborhood.
A whole neighborhood.
On Long Island. Wait, no,
What was
probably in
Duncan?
Queens.
What was Duncan? The
Remember,
Prince?
I've always assumed it was.
Oh, I shouldn't call him the Prince. That's racist.
I don't know enough about King of Queens.
Prince.
Yeah,
He's
Prince.
black.
It's not racist to say the name of a. It's not racist to go
But
Quincy Jones.
But I said he was the Prince of Queens.
Yeah, but Prince is from Minnesota.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so Patton Oswalt's character, I assume, is that who that is?
He's the Roger Ebert of Queens.
What?
I don't know. He likes movies.
That's right. Oh, okay. So we're back to real character traits. You keep threading the line between just facts about King of the Queens and then very strict real world rules.
About the actors'
Also, he can't be
lives?
the King of Queens because Queens is in America.
Queens is-
and they don't allow monarchies.
Although maybe Queens is maybe it's some sort of loophole there. I don't know. It's
Maybe.
technically a neighborhood. Maybe there's some local laws where there's allowed to be a king.
King of Queens shouldn't it be LeBron James and the rest of his team are a bunch of I don't know, drag performers.
That would be king and queen.
King and Queens. Why isn't that an NBA team? You got that Brooklyn arena, change it.
Yeah, king and queens arena.
People would just the team, not the arena. Change the arena.
I want everything that happens there to
They
be.
should make the arenas themed. Like the Raiders should play on like the high seas.
Are the Raiders
Pirate
pirates
Bay.
or are they? Because there's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, there's two. They're
too.
both pirates.
They're both.
There was
I don't know
there
why-
was
You don't know anything about sports. I don't know why you're saying that. It's so
well, I
personal.
just read in a Chuck Klosterman book from the early 2000s that he makes reference to the Buccaneers and the Raiders playing and it being an all-pirate Super Bowl. And then I remember reading that and going, man, it used to be so easy to be a cultural essayist.
If only there was another Redskin.
You just need, yeah.
All-
If only the Redskins could play like the San Francisco mashed potatoes. Potatoes. No, but like the Redskins should play like in the oven. This week, the Redskins versus the Packers in the oven. And the Packers are like, well, I don't know that. That doesn't really affect us.
Do we pack ourselves into the oven? Because that has dark
You
connotations.
wait till you guys come to the factory. That's where our places.
You got like an Andy Warhol thing going on? Damn it.
God damn it. Now the Cleveland Indians would be, because they always change the name of that field. It's changed
Yeah.
a bunch throughout my lifetime. And that's very fitting that the Cleveland Indians constantly have to change their location.
Arenas always change names, baby.
The Cleveland Indians are playing in where they came from. Nope, the stadium has been changed to Oklahoma. Nope, the stadium has been changed to the corner of Nevada. Nope, the stadium has been changed to the streets of any city in America.
You want to talk about me throwing up before I got
Sure. It's 3:21 p.m. Eric seems like he just woke up and threw up.
I did. Both happened.
Both.
Well, I was trying to sleep. I couldn't sleep. At like 9:30, I couldn't sleep last night. And then at like 9:30 in the morning, all the alarms started going off in my parents' place.
Your parents like Bitcoin miners,
know.
and they're like, the market's dipping.
I guess. I didn't know. So I got up and I was like, what in the fuck? and my mom is just on the phone with my dad, and it's just like, turn around, it's going off again. And I'm like, how far is he? How long is this gonna take? But I guess he just left, and
What were the alarms for?
It was like the security, like the house alarm. And then
your dad broke out.
My dad broke out. He wasn't supposed to be gone.
Your mom's like,
it's Saturday. It's them day.
Yeah.
He's not supposed to be going to Home Depot.
Today's about us.
He's not supposed to be going to Lowe's on his own. She's got to at least come with and ask when they're leaving. So he comes inside and she starts yelling at him saying, "This happens every time you leave." And I'm like, I've been staying here long enough to know that is so not true.
Also, if it happens every time he leaves, fix the alarm.
Figure this out.
Yeah. The secure safe people are probably so tired of coming.
So anyway, I couldn't go back to sleep, and I'd only been asleep for like 3 hours.
That'd be a good way to pretend like you have an alarm. You know, people get the stickers so they pretend like they have an alarm. Instead of that, just once a month, have like a really loud alarm play on your speakers, and then just be like, "The security system's fucking up."
God, just go into the streets and start yelling.
My
I'm sorry, my security system's so loud.
The police might show up instantly. It's a thing that they do whenever
there's loud alarms going
whenever
on.
my house is burglarized. Your neighbor's just watering a plant, waving.
Hey.
Hello, Mrs. Sorgel.
But
how about this for a meme? Ginger ale, and then it's Drake doing the no thanks face, and then it's gingers are pale, and it's a photo of just like a really pale ginger kid. It's Drake laughing and pointing.
Drake,
you somehow found a new Drake.
Drake kicking him in the shin. I like that. I'm down with that.
I like that.
I like that.
That's
Eric
good
likes
bullying.
that.
You ever do any good bullying?
I did some accidental bullying when I was in like 4th grade.
Oh, that's the best.
When like it was like recess and all these kids.
You're like, this kid's got tits, and then they're like, Eric, that's a lady.
That's a woman, you idiot.
You're like, oh.
Well, she's very developed for her age. Let's bully her for that.
That'd be the opposite of. I guess if you've accidental bullying, would you be saying, "Hey, that girl's got nice tits"?
I feel like girls got bullied for having big tits by other girls, not by dudes.
Patricia Heaton did in my dad's high school.
But your dad went to high school with Patricia?
Yeah,
Heaton?
the mom from Everly Hills Raymond, and she had huge tits, like that thing where medically your boobs like way too huge.
Patricia Heaton, did she get them?
And she got them reduced. Yeah. And people would be mean to her. But my dad was like, "I'll be your friend."
Oh, fuck.
And meanwhile, he's holding a big old box of cookies.
Oh, fuck.
Inconspicuously holding cookies.
Do you think?
Hey, you guys be nice to Patricia Heaton. My dad just is wearing a sleeping cap.
I can't eat these
and a
chips.
pre-warmed glass.
I can't eat these Chips Ahoy's without her. You think they ever made out?
I doubt it. Knowing my dad, I doubt
I
it.
don't think he kissed a woman until my mother.
Yeah. No, man, Patricia Heaton, she's a cool lady. I don't really know anything about her.
The middle's great.
The middle.
Norm.
Hell yeah.
The janitor.
The janitor
The
from
mom
Scrubs.
from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Real super group. Cream of TV.
It's like Chicken Foot.
How do you know about Chicken Foot?
I really pulled that one deep out of my ass.
Who told you about Chicken Foot? Name the members of Name Chicken Foot.
Is it somebody from Led Zeppelin?
No.
Is it the guy from Queens of the Stone Age?
No, you're thinking of
Oh, the Vultures or
yeah,
whatever?
them crooked
Yeah.
vultures.
I don't know who was in Chicken Foot. Was it like 80s
That's
people?
why I'm even more surprised that you know Chicken Foot.
Was it like 80s people?
Yeah.
Like Tommy Lee, maybe?
No. He's too busy having sex.
Jesus. How much can he have?
Tommy Lee's talking to his manager.
Can't lay down a drum track?
Hey, Tommy can't. He's very busy.
It'd be great. They're in a meeting with the other 3 people and he puts the phone down. I'm sorry, he's having sex.
Tommy had to have sex.
He'll be busy for the next 14 days. Why didn't you say 2 weeks?
Tommy Lee's on like celebrity sex rehab, He's just fucking everyone else. He's like, they knew what they were doing hiring me. I'm here to spice it up.
I'm here to keep things spicy.
I watched a show when I was a kid where it was like, it was part of Celeb-reality, and it was Tommy Lee was going back to college.
Yeah.
And it was...
Again, just Tommy Lee trying to get laid.
I know, exactly. And as like a 13-year-old, I remember watching the show and being like, this is what would happen if we went back to college.
He'd fuck everybody.
Yeah, everything.
And the professors and probably
There'd
the
be
dean.
weird ecstasy parties in the lecture hall.
So he could pass his classes.
Yeah.
Just Tommy Lee fucking some 80-year-old man.
Yeah, it was very confusing. It was clearly staged because it would be like, he'd be in a lecture hall and a girl would like wink at him. And then he would like wink at her.
And then they both leave.
And it was like, no, but not even that. Like, it'd be like, that'd be like a 3-week story arc. Where in reality, it's like, Tommy Lee fucked everyone in between them in the lecture hall. Like,
he just went down the line.
Yeah, like,
and he was like, I'll get to you. Don't worry. Wait down there.
It'll be fine. No, I remember 'cause at that time, when you were a kid, because of pornography, did you think college was way hornier than it was?
I didn't go to college and I didn't watch porn as a child, so I don't. You're really asking
I went to
me.
college as a child. I watched porn as an adult, baby.
Oh,
The real world. It's what happens when people get a reality show.
When people watch TV. When
TV.
people put it on channel.
Now, if they did that show, it'd just be people watching TV.
Go for it, Carlin.
I'm done. It's Carlin.
I'm done.
It's Carlin like on Politically Correct with Bill Maher. He just keeps. He's like, no, this one was just an actual independent thought.
That was just a thought.
I'm actually.
I'm not gonna rhyme or anything.
I don't have bits. I didn't write out a long thing on a word processor. That'd be great. It's like home video footage of George Carlin at like an 80s computer with big old like glasses, those big old pedophile computer 80s glasses. He's just slowly typing out that like email download upload. He's just, it's his daughter like, Dad, play with me. He's like, honey, I'm working.
I'm busy.
Then over his shoulder you see on the computer,
Why did he's just muttering to
you
himself?
drive on the highway.
Could have just paid my fucking taxes. God damn it.
The government hates comedy.
I know,
The
right?
IRS is like,
Fuck comedy.
do they just listen to stuff and then they're like, let's go after these people?
This guy's funny. Let's hang out with him for 2 decades.
The IRS is just like, George Carlin's great, everybody. We love him and Willie Nelson. How can we make sure that both of these artists will be forced to churn out hits?
Whoever was running the IRS back then was kind of just like a
stoner.
Cool stoner. Like, I want to hang out with Willie Nelson, George Carlin,
Wesley Snipes.
Cheech and Chong nailed it. They really.
God, I wanted to go after those guys, but they know their paperwork. I ain't talking about
Know what
it.
I'm saying?
Rolling it. No, I mean, that would be cool to be the slave to the
Cheech and Chong.
IRS. That would probably be a great way to get bookings, is you just like, I owe the IRS a bunch of money. Can I please?
I really need to get.
I know
booked.
you're only supposed to come to the club like once a year or so, but
But
like,
I need to do it once a week.
I owe the IRS
I
money.
need to headline your club for a year.
That's blank's scam. We're just going to see on Facebook that he's like, hey, everybody, I owe the IRS a bunch of money.
Book me on whatever show
Also,
you
I
can.
swear I'm good at headlining now.
I did it.
I figured it out.
I know I've annoyed most of you by booking you on my terrible shows. And bombing on the shows
And
that
bombing
you
on
booked
your
me
good
on.
shows.
For some reason, you did me a favor after that show that no one came to and no one laughed at.
It's always best when you start comedy to use up all of your goodwill and favors instantly.
Immediate. The second you have one.
Out of the gate, hit up everybody.
The second you have one favor, roll with it for like 3-4 years.
Treat it like a fucking, like a gift card that you're like, well, I gotta go to Arby's.
I
just got a
guess
gift
I
card.
gotta go.
Knock that favor out. You don't want a bunch of favors in the back
Yeah.
pocket.
Eat as many roast beef sandwiches as you want. Is there an Arby's around here?
I wish.
It seems like there should be. There's a fucking Hardee's.
Oh, there
which
is
I
an
haven't
Arby's
seen
kind
in
of around
forever.
here. Yeah, yeah. It's, you have to cross a bridge, so I always forget that it's like
No, I'm not
actually
doing that.
close to here. Hey, man.
Rallies again.
Chicken foot. While the band's name and logo are a disparaging term for the peace symbol.
I didn't know that.
That's not what their name is about. Don't worry.
Did they clarify that?
They felt the need to clarify it in the top part of their Wikipedia page.
They wrote their own Wikipedia page. You're right.
And they were like, people think we don't like the peace sign. Our band is called that fucking whack little S thing from high school. But we like the S thing.
We like it. We like it.
Our name is that. Our name is It's a Peace Symbol. But don't worry, we're Nazis. Sorry.
Don't worry, we are Nazis.
We are Nazis.
We know what it really means.
No, man, Chicken Foot is Michael Anthony. You know what band he's in? Joe Satriani.
He's a solo act.
Yes.
I know that
true.
because I know that name.
He's a guy only...
The fuck just happened?
I think my
Check
dog...
and make sure your dog didn't just murder your girlfriend.
No, I think there's a cat that got on my front porch.
Oh.
There's a neighborhood cat.
Jesus Christ. That sounded insane.
Yeah, if anyone's listening, let's just say I got a security system.
Yeah, we should be recording the podcast sometime and just play a loud alarm into the mics and be like, "Sorry, I live at this address and I have a great security system."
Sorry, one of my constantly loaded guns just fell over.
I never put the safety on.
That'd be great to find out all the the right wingers and the extremist left people with guns.
Yeah.
They're all like, yeah, none of us actually this is all just
All a scam.
this is all just like a cardboard cutout type
I'm actually
situation.
too afraid to load mine.
You watch a Black Rifle Coffee video, and then you zoom it in, and it's just people holding guns, going do 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 pew 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 zap zap pew pew.
Grenade launcher.
You just hear audio of someone being like, "This one's gonna be like in Star Wars, where there's no sound and then it explodes." No, man, here's what I think. We're going to lose, because everybody needs all these minerals for, cell phones and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to invent new technology, and then we're going to be like, oh, no, xenon gas is what's important. We've been using it for iPod Nanos 10 years ago.
Well, that big meteor's coming with all the minerals on it.
That is true. I saw that in a documentary.
Don't look up as news.
No, that is, people are going to be like, there's going to be some moment where they're like,
I would love.
We figured out how to teleport. Unfortunately, Game Boy Mini, the mini Game Boy,
the camera,
the
Game Boy camera
used up all of that resource.
Every single thing. We used the last of it to build the prototype. So, anyways. Try and fucking find us for it. I guarantee you I'm faster than you.
I've already bought up all the iPod minis. That'd be great if it turns out, how's this for a zany movie? It turns out that the mineral that can save the world, it's world hunger.
Yeah.
And there's a miracle seed that will grow special.
You eat one and you're never hungry
Protein
again.
everywhere.
Yeah.
You know where they all are? Beanie Babies. Those things are worth something.
They're back, baby.
Yeah, just people digging through their grandma's closet being like, I gotta end world hunger. No plot twist.
No plot twist.
Or conflict.
Everybody finds their Beanie Babies.
Everybody finds them.
World hunger is solved.
They are appropriately distributed.
Yeah, it's a happy ending.
But also it's interesting.
Why does everything have to be so dark these days? Why can't a movie just end on a good note?
How about this? It's a
Actually,
couple.
that's true. Why is everything so dark these days?
It's a couple. And they meet.
Let's think about that.
How about it's a couple and they meet and they fall in love, and then the film is we watch them get married.
Yeah. And they have kids.
They have kids. We can do a sequel where they have kids.
They get older. They retire.
Yeah.
and they both die at the same exact time.
It's kind of weird that there isn't a movie like that. Steven Soderbergh.
Steven Soderbergh.
And it's like, come on. You're telling me that guy doesn't have Hollywood connections? His last name is literally the thing you drink at a movie theater. And then Berg.
Yeah.
As
Titanic,
in
the biggest movie of all
biggest
time. He's obviously got iceberg connections that will let him make a blockbuster.
A lot of Bergs in Hollywood.
Titanic.
Titanic movie.
Deep Impact.
Like, maybe there was a part in Inconvenient Truth where he says something about
Gilligan's Island. Do they hit an iceberg? I don't know. What do they crash?
That would have been a great episode.
When the island hits an
No, because they could have done a winter episode. But it's because an iceberg hit the island.
A Christmas special.
Yeah.
An iceberg, an ice float comes through.
And there's like an Eskimo guy, but he's got a red hat. And then he and Gilligan are like doing the whole Groucho Marx mirror.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa. They just do that and then look at the camera and laugh. And then big block text pops up, that Groucho Marx mirror bit. That's what
we should write an episode of Gilligan's Island. We should get into Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, start writing spec scripts for fucking Sherwood Schwartz TV shows.
Get Larry Storch back on the market. But
I just saw that today from a comedian in Louisville saying people keep asking me when my next show is in town.
Oh my god!
They keep asking him. He had to make it happened so often that he had to make a public post.
I gotta let him know
because he's like the amount of personal Q&As I'm fielding.
You understand those people are just out of things to say to you, right? They're not actually gonna come to the show.
People keep... That's him calling to invite you to the show. Everyone's coming to the show. That would be great if you just text people and you're like, I know you've been asking when my next show is.
What the fuck is going on? Turn it on.
Eric became an 85-year-old.
911, what's your emergency?
Are you and Larry Storch texting?
That's how I'm going to start answering the phone. 911, what's your emergency? Anyone ever done that gag before?
What if it's
a good gag?
What if it is 911 and
they're calling you back?
They're like, we need to know how to get into the house. There's a killer. Who's also in the house.
You're in the house. The killer's in the house. Everybody's in the house.
Everyone's in the house. If they told me a killer was in the house, I'd leave the house.
The killer's inside the house. I'll tell you what's not going to be inside the house very much longer. Me.
Ba-dum-bum. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Me. That's the episode where George gets murdered. That stand-up is just taking place after we've seen George get killed.
George, why didn't you leave the house? I was making popcorn. I sound like you now because I'm in the afterlife.
I thought I left the stove on in the house, so I went back in.
You went back in.
You never go back into the house.
You never go back in.
The killer's in the house.
The killer's in the house. You don't go back in.
Then all of a sudden a phone vibrates like off the table. It vibrates really hard and falls on the table. Then they pick it up and they go, and it's just Kramer yelling. And they're like, it's a modern version of the Kramer entrance. In the days of COVID, we got to find a new way for Kramer to loudly enter a scene. So we're just going to have a phone vibrate on top of like a china bowl. I got to stop keeping my cell phone on all these rattles.
People are really finding weird reasons to hate Joe Biden.
They hate Trump.
People keep saying that he has dementia, and he does. But,
he is.
But the reason that they point out, they're like, look at his hands. He never knows what to do with his hands. I'm like, sometimes I don't either. Everybody gets nervous.
Yeah. Imagine you're that old and everyone's looking at you.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do?
He's like, sorry, I'm constantly focused on not shitting my pants.
If I didn't do something with them, I would be jerking off.
As
right
an
now.
old man, I constantly have to focus on preparing to poop, but also at the same time not pooping.
Not pooping.
It's like I'm playing piano. I got two hands. I got a bass hand, a lead hand, and then you're over here going two vocals too. Like, fuck you, bitch. I'm trying to not shit up here. I'm the president.
That shit. I'm the big boy.
It's the president's right to not shit.
The president is arguing it's his right to not shit. I argue that a president should be honest and shit himself at every opportunity possible.
Should shit. We should be able to get a fecal sample. The way that you can like do a FOIA request.
Yeah.
You should be able to send in and be like, I want a fecal sample
want
of the president.
I need a sperm sample.
I need it.
I want sperm, urine, and fecal.
I think that guy's been doing shrooms. I'm gonna need a hair.
I need hair.
I'm gonna need follicle. How about this for a nice little song?
Is it chicken foot?
No, I wish. I wish.
God, I wish.
It's impossible to picture. Sorry.
I feel like that's two songs at once.
I'm gonna skip to the chorus.
Does the song have a chorus?
Oh yeah. Well, this is the backing track.
So it doesn't have a chorus. Well, I guess it still has a chorus.
Horny days. Dry humping in the back of a car. Horny days. I hope my dad doesn't run downstairs. Horny days.
From the downstairs.
Making out in the back of a school.
Wait, run downstairs for while you're humping in a car. Is your car have a, is he
I
in the
knew a
luggage
chick
rack?
back in freshman year who she was. Wait, what?
You said you were dry humping in a car, and then you said you hope your dad doesn't come downstairs.
Well, I keep the
Humping in a double-decker bus?
subterranean basement.
Humping in a
We have one of those
double-decker bus?
houses where it's 2 stories, but it's on a hill.
Yeah.
So the
you got-
downstairs is a garage.
Yeah. Ooh.
And we were in the basement of the garage.
Oh, yeah. Humping in the car with the gas on, door closed.
You get it? Grinding on a young girl's butt on a days. You guys sound like, you get it?
Yeah, sure, man.
I knew a kid in 8th grade who got a boner when he was going to the chalkboard. Everybody made fun of it. But in hindsight, it's kind of cool in a sex positive way.
He should have just owned it. It probably would have got a laugh.
On the days. If the teacher would have called him out, he could have gotten her fired
Could have sued him
looking
for looking at a young boy's penis.
on a days. Driving in the back of a basement car. My dad's like, I'm coming downstairs, but also to the front of the house in a way.
Architecture. Horny days.
On a days. My boxers are all wet in the front.
I got a callus. My zipper's rubbed through.
You have a verse about how like the dress pants you wear at homecoming are like too thin to be slow dancing with.
Oh, way too thin. I wore a cup.
I wore a cup to prom.
Wore a cup.
I wore a cup. Sometimes this verse is creepy because this bridge is him being like, sometimes I still think about those days. Which it's like, you don't want that verse in this song.
Sometimes things just pop into your head while you're masturbating.
Sometimes I'm a little too drunk. But it's like, no, I feel like I'm picturing her as an adult, but the setting was when we were kids.
We're still fucking as adults. It's just the same car and place.
It's like on a dream. Sometimes people are different, but you still like know it's that person. We faded out. And we're back with Opie and Anthony.
Yeah, I didn't go to camp ever.
Yeah, no, camp was camp is like one of those things where it's
I
like
went to day camp.
I feel like in
which is,
20 years when camp goes away, people will be like, so you would just send kids for like a week in the woods with some guy?
And let 17-year-olds watch them?
It's a bunch of 17-year-olds watching 13-year-olds in the woods.
The woods. Is there any adult there? There's a lunch lady. There's a lady who makes the food.
We're gonna send our kids away with like.
Who's there at night? Oh, nobody.
We're gonna send our kids away with like little league ref level authority figures, like guys who. We're gonna send it to like camp is a job for 17-year-olds who can't get a job.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I know a job where you can smoke cigarettes in the woods.
I know a job with unlimited smoke break.
Yeah. I'm gonna be a camp counselor now and do it as like a way of
Get my application rejected.
do it as a way of grooming fans. Because then they're all just like, yeah, he was doing bits. You have a funny mustache, playing a guitar.
Grooming is hot on everybody's mind with the When We Were Young Fest. I don't think you want to mess with that right now, Daniel.
That is true.
Did you buy your tickets yet?
Legally, I'm not allowed. No. No, they should have called that thing, our fans are no longer legally too young. But you know what I'm saying? It is funny, though, to think, I mean, that festival is clearly just a cash grab for
That's
Live Nation.
I think it's a scam, too. Does it seem like I guess they added a second day after everybody was like,
Oh,
how the
really?
fuck are you going to do this in one day?
No, I think it's like their idea is Live Nation is just like, get a bunch of money, and if because bands will probably cancel and shit, and like stuff will get rearranged.
Yeah.
Well, they're like, just get everyone's pre-sale money so we can help pay for this other lawsuit. Because they have a lawsuit from that Astro World Festival.
Yeah, that
which
makes
is
sense.
funny if you think about it. Like, if you're Live Nation, you're like, we need to make a bunch of money quick. Who are
Who's
the
got it?
dumbest people who are most willing to spend money? Like, what is the largest money-spending demographic of idiots?
Millennials.
Millennial emo kids.
Yeah. They're all horny from all those
Yeah.
emo nights.
They nailed it.
cash in.
Because you got to figure if you did like the Strokes Interpol Festival,
Yeah, that's not gonna
a lot of those people are going to be like, I'm worried about COVID, or like, I live in Antarctica now, or whatever the fuck, like. And all those emo kids are
moved
like,
to Spain,
perfect.
actually.
I'll request off at the TGI Fridays I assistant manage. I'll get going.
I'll ask off from the car dealership that I'm a janitor at.
Kansas City to Vegas. There's perfect flights.
Perfect flight. I'll. You know what? Let's just drive.
The plane lands. Perfect flight. Little graphic pops up.
Pilot comes on. I just want everyone to know, because you didn't notice, that was a perfect flight.
That was a perfect. No, it's funny to imagine all those bands, because like all their fans were younger than them, and they were like, you're like some 25-year-old, like, all my fans are like teenagers. I'm lonely on the road. I can't, I'm not gonna hook.
I would love to see that defense in court.
No, I don't mean,
Well, what was I supposed to do? They're all 15.
no, that would be a funny. I always wondered that.
What
With,
am I
like,
supposed to do? Fuck the girl taking tickets? She doesn't like me.
I was wondering funny is Blink 182 because they'd be like, all of our fans are like immature teenagers.
Yeah.
It's like, how did you find like 24-year-olds willing to hook up with you? Like, you just found like a normal older lady, and they're like, just so you know, I work with children. I'm in Blink 182. All our fans are kids. No, but you're in one of those bands where like the used, and you're like, I just wish we were a normal band where we could like, you know, hook up with our fans.
Yeah.
And then you're like, someone comes out and they're like, one day there will be a festival.
We will be able to.
We're just gonna bring everyone will finally be of legal age.
We will get all of the pussy.
And in the context, it will seem really cool. Because if someone went to a used show in 2022, it'd probably be depressing.
Probably not fun.
Yeah, you probably don't want to fuck a person willing to fuck
It's
the
a
used.
Diamonds pub and billiards.
2022. But then it's like you put it in this context. Only so many people can blow Davey Havoc. Someone's got to fuck the guy from
Someone. Thursday. Someone's got to fuck the guy from AFI.
That's Davey Havoc.
I know.
Well, no, he's the one everyone's going for, I assume.
I would have bet. He's the cutest.
Yeah.
He's a big cutie pie. AFI is still popular, though. I'm sure he's doing
Let's
fine.
put out a Funny Dinner blog where
Still popular.
we power rank at all the cutest person who's going to be
All
when
the
we were young.
cuties. Davey Havoc, obviously number one.
He's number one.
Gerard Way, now that he's all cute and chubby, nerdy, you know, kinda
It's
like
99 guys, and then number like 33 is like that girl from Paramore.
No, she's the last one. Dead last. Haley Williams.
Haley Williams coming in at 56. An honorable 56. Number 55, Mikey Way, the brother of the guy from My Chemical Romance.
Haley Williams, also from my hometown.
So who you got? You got her, Kesha.
I got her, Kesha, and that's it.
And then Miley or Taylor
Miley,
Swift.
yeah,
Don't they
Miley's
live near or no?
I think Miley is from like Nashville, I think, and so is, I think Taylor Swift is from like vaguely around me, but not super close.
So if you had to claim one to finish out a kill, fuck, marry situation,
I'm probably gonna kill Taylor Swift.
No, I mean who would be added into the mix? Who would be?
Oh, out of Haley Williams and Kesha?
No, out of Taylor Swift, Miley Cyrus. If we were to claim one of them is also from where you're from,
Miley Cyrus would be close.
Okay, so now Miley Cyrus, Kesha, Haley
Marry
Williams.
Kesha. I guess I gotta kill Haley Williams because I'd love to fuck Miley Cyrus just once. That's the perfect.
Just once.
That's the perfect amount of times to fuck Miley Cyrus. Yeah.
Just once.
Actually, no. I gotta think about my future, man. I gotta marry Miley.
Because Kesha's, I don't know the money situation.
Yeah. I gotta marry Miley just for the sake of my own financial.
I feel like you
stability.
married Kesha in 6 months, you're just gonna end up in literally the same apartment.
Yeah, she'd be asking to move in with me. And
Yeah.
I'm staying with my parents right now. I don't think I'm allowed to have friends over.
You'd be like, I'm in a shitty apartment. Someone's wearing fucking a cow outfit.
Bitch won't stop mooing in the corner on cam.
The only difference is we get recognized in public more.
No, Kesha, my love, if you're listening, it never went away.
Kesha.
That one magical moment I thought I saw you, it never went away.
You're gonna be one day like driving, like we're gonna be on the road doing an extensive Funny Dinner Live tour.
Worldwide driving.
We're gonna be doing that classic Nashville to Chattanooga drive. Hey, by that point, maybe we'll be too big for Chattanooga. We'll be going Nashville straight to Atlanta.
Straight to Atlanta.
We can afford that gas money.
If you're a fan of us from Chattanooga, well, you're just gonna have to drive to Atlanta.
Or Nashville, you got options.
We forgot the little people.
Yeah.
We forgot the people that made us.
And we're not playing Huntsville, because by then, Huntsville will be blown up by NASA.
Huntsville will be blown up by Elon Musk trying to get to...
Elon Musk will fight NASA.
We put the rocket in sideways.
You're going to have to move to Mobile. And he's going to blow that up because he's going to think it's some sort of vehicle.
And he can't stand other vehicles.
It's like they have a beachfront Mobile.
Fuck that. I've been working on my Land Rover, on my dune buggy.
No, but we'll stop in for gas in Franklin.
Yeah.
No, just be like...
Kesha will be behind the counter.
Exactly.
Kesha.
You'll think it's Kesha, and we'll just end up bringing a homeless girl onto the road. And you're like, I think it's Kesha.
It seems like her. Don't say Kesha looks like a homeless girl. That's very offensive.
What, to who?
Kesha's a beautiful woman.
Oh, to Kesha.
Get it, Kesha. What do you mean to who? Do you even look at Kesha as a person?
No, I think Kesha. I do look at Kesha as a person. Look at these photos for when you just Google image Kesha. It's like all press photos of varying degrees, and then one of her crying in court.
Yeah. Well, that was a traumatic moment for her.
I know, but that doesn't need to be a top 8 photo. If these were the MySpace days, you wouldn't have number 7 be the bailiff.
The bailiff? Oh.
Because of court.
Yeah. I know. No, I did like that song. I thought that song was fun when it came out.
Don't stop, make it rock.
Just make your pussy pop or whatever the next line is. I don't know. Brushing your teeth with Jack Daniels or whatever.
Are you just looking at the lyric video right now?
No.
Eric looked at his computer as if he had a thing.
I was just looking at the time.
No, Kesha's...
wrap it up kind of soon.
Oh, that's what I figured. What do you think? Who do you think's better, Kesha or Harry Nielsen?
Probably Kesha.
I don't know.
He's had more struggles.
Harry Nielsen. I was watching this Harry Nielsen documentary, and he was like best friends with John Lennon.
Yeah.
And then when John Lennon got shot and killed, allegedly. That's my conspiracy theory. When he got shot, Harry Nilsson was like, I'm going to quit music and I'm just going to devote myself to ending handgun violence.
Yeah. How long did that last?
Like 10 years until he died.
Whoa,
He just became
shit.
obsessed with ending handgun violence.
Whoa.
Which is very funny because there were probably hippies out there who were like, I was very affected by John Lennon's death.
Harry Nilsson.
And then Harry
had to
Nilsson's
stop
like,
making music.
Harry Nilsson's like, oh yeah? I couldn't stop dreaming of handguns for 10 years.
That's all I could think of.
What, you're sad that you don't get Imagine 2?
Ooh.
I had to quit music. I was good at music.
I was nailing it.
People liked my music.
I stopped. Started taking the bullets out of people's guns on their hip.
Yeah, I just start going down to Texas with a big pair of scissors, cutting people's belts.
Cutting off people's bandoliers.
Yeah.
That's my big garden shears.
But tell me more about how when you listen to
And then
the
he's
Beatles,
like, he's like bandoliers, garden shears. Stop it, Harry! Stop it!
Focus, Harry. His cell phone goes off and it's a gunshot ringtone. He's like, I just don't know how to change it.
It reminds me to stay vigilant. All right, I actually do probably have to go.
Areas to go to work.
Yeah, I'm a working boy. I'm not like some. I'm not some.
That's why
fucking
it's important that you all
lazy
subscribe
bum
to
comedian.
Funny Dinner.
Yeah. If enough of you subscribe, I can quit my job and probably become way less funny because
No.
I won't do anything except sit in bed all day.
Exactly. Like me. It'll be two me's. Now, my girlfriend was telling her mom that I started a monthly show at a dive bar in town.
Yeah.
At Kaiju. She was like, yeah, Dan runs like a monthly show there. And her mom went, that's great. So he probably doesn't have to go on the road anymore. He's got a once a month show at a dive bar.
It's great that he made that commitment to you. He's getting off the road.
He doesn't have to tour. He's got a once a month show.
You guys are getting
A
serious.
once a month free show at a dive bar.
You guys are getting serious.
Yeah.